Hello there and welcome to the Bearded Peacock. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United. I'm of course George. Welcome along to the channel, everybody. Today it's a match reaction from last night's demolition at Swansea. Leeds United went to Swansea City, went to the Liberty Stadium, or the Swansea.com stadium as it is now, and absolutely thrashed Swansea City. 4-0 it ended. It could have been more. We'll dissect it in this video today, and it sees Leeds United up to second position for the moment. Southampton dropping points last night with the first loss in 25 games in all, which is an incredible run of fixtures of games without defeat, but it has come to an end. Southampton fell at Bristol City 3-1, which means Leeds overtake them for now. Don't worry, Southampton fans, we're not getting too worked up. We know there's plenty of time for it all to change again. Some Southampton fans are absolutely rattled today and last night after those set of results. Anyway, let's go into the game. But before that, just like to say what a great sort of sight it was to see the Swansea City Stadium stop the whole game and applaud the young lad, the 29-year-old lad, Chris Brown, the big Swansea City fan, who unfortunately sadly passed away. And the game stopped. I don't think I've seen this before. The game stopped. Both sets of players, both sets of fans applauding the lad for a whole minute. So that was impressive. And obviously showed what the fella meant to the Swansea City as a club and the Swansea as a community as well. So yeah, rest easy, Chris. That was a nice touch from everybody involved last night. On to the football then, and the lineup had to change, didn't it? Just before kick-off, Patrick Bamford was named, and in the starting 11. I think it was an unchanged side initially from the win over Rotherham on Saturday. But it had to change, like I said, quickly and right at the very last minute. I'm not sure what's wrong with Patrick. I don't think Daniel Farke at the end of the game really knew what was wrong at that time. I don't know if there's been any more news at the moment. Let me know in the comments if you've heard anything on Patrick Bamford's injury. But he got injured, so Yoel Perreault came in against his former club, a place obviously what was home for him last season, the Liberty Stadium. Obviously it didn't affect him because Leeds United started like a house on fire. Otherwise it was unchanged. But yeah, Leeds started with a house on fire. I think people were a little bit trepidatious of this game, a little bit worried about this game for some reason. I wasn't. As I said it in my preview, I think Leeds are sort of light years ahead of Swansea at the moment in time. And it proved that right from the off for me. And there was a moment in the first early sort of minute or so where Jorginho just turns his marker and he plays a sort of stray pass. But at that point, I just knew we've got them right from the off, and we did. The first goal comes on 8 minutes. It's, I think, Eli Gruev, who was fantastic again, wasn't he? Gets his first assist in a Leeds United shirt with the initial pass to Chris Somerville, who does his tricks and cuts in on the left-hand side. His shot is heavily deflected by Fulton, isn't it? Wrong foots the keeper, bamboozles the keeper, ends up in the net, and Leeds go 1-up on 8 minutes. And that really, if anything, would have settled any fans' nerves if they did have any about how this game would go. Eventually, obviously, it swings. We take full control of this game on 9 or 10 minutes. Yoel Perreault against his former club, and this for me just seems so easy. Down the right hand side with Willy, who plays the ball through to Yoel Perreault, who just acres of space, plants the ball into the back of the net, and the keeper can't keep it out. And it's 2-0 on 10 minutes, and you're thinking, what the heck, is this right? Am I seeing the game right here? Because Leeds were almost playing it like a training match, this. Swansea had one or two little sparks in the first half. It sort of calmed down a little bit from then on, although Willy had a fabulous opportunity to make it 3-0 and probably should have done. I think on about 15 minutes he should have put the game to bed there and then. Keeper rush home, was it? Made a good rush home. He made a good save. And then Swansea, they had little bits of play where they, free kicks, corner kicks, where you're thinking, come on, Leeds, defend properly, and we did. All right, maybe got a block on it, fortuitous bounce here and there, maybe, but generally Leeds United were in full control. I thought Joe Rodon and Ethan Ampadu, the strength of those two just keeps on getting better and better. Joe Rodon facing his former club, obviously Ethan Ampadu, a Welsh international. They were fantastic again last night, fielding what little Swansea threw at us, but they can only deal with what is in front of them, and they did that incredibly well. Swansea only had one opportunity really in the first half. It was that lad who was a creative outlet. They're only one really, the Brazilian fella, Rondo was it? Rondon, not Rondon. I can't remember his name, to be fair, but he'd only just signed for them in January. I don't want to sound like I don't know anything about this team because I done my research beforehand and everything like that. But Pereira, I think he's Summit Pereira, wasn't he? I thought he was their only outlet, and I had to, I say, suffer through. I could have twitched it onto mute, but Lee Trundle was on the Swansea City thing, and he's so annoying for me. So defeatist as well. The pair of those two commentators just didn't seem like Swansea were ever going to win the game, even at the first whistle. It was just not very positive from Swansea, which you can kind of understand, but it's football. Anything can happen at the end of the day. But we turned up last night and we turned them over. But I thought the Brazilian lad out on their right hand side was their only real sort of outlet. There is he has a shot which Meslier has to save in the first half. A little bit of indecision from our stopper as it drops down to the winger there, but he got his block in the end, and that was the only real opportunity they had. And then Willy makes it free. So little bit of play. I think Leeds nick it upfield. Swansea are on the attack, and then it gets the ball to Archie Gray, who dinks a lovely pass into Willy Gnonto, who's in, again, acres of space. I think Swansea were kind of trying to play like a little bit of a high line, which was working terribly. And he sort of cuts inside on the right-hand side and puts the ball, switches the corner, puts it into the goalkeeper's left-hand side with his left foot. And that's 3-0 on 35 minutes, and that's game finished, really. If it wasn't at 2-0, if it wasn't at 1-0, because Leeds United just steamrolled Swansea last night, really. It was a very, 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 very comfortable. It's a 7th win in a row, of course. 4th game without conceding, which is absolutely fantastic as well. Like I said, Joe Rodon and Ethan Ampadu's partnership owes a great deal to that is one of the big reasons why we haven't conceded, in my opinion. But then half time comes, Leeds naturally drop off because you're not going to keep going at full tilt. Well, at full tilt in the same vein as we were in the first half. For me, we didn't really get out of first gear, but you're never really going to keep that pressure up for the whole of the 90 minutes. And Swansea, for me, got a little bit of a foothold in the game, sort of 50 minutes to about a 15-minute spell. 50 minutes to about 65 minutes. They had one or two opportunities. There's that one where the Brazilian lad again has a shot which Jamie Patterson tries to deflect onto the goal. It goes wide, and then I think he had a volley, didn't he? That I think it went over the bar. But at that point, my stream had gone down, I must admit, for 5 minutes or so. And I know people watching it on Sky had a real trouble, didn't they, with the flashing lights and everything. I think on Sky Action, wasn't it, or something? I don't know, but like I said, I had to. My stream brought up the Swansea City commentaries, so Lee Trundle and another fella. Like I said, they were extremely negative, even at 60 minutes. I know it's 3-0 down, but he was sort of saying, "Yeah, Swansea not going to win this game now. It's all about trying to put a bit of fight in there and show a bit of desire," which they absolutely didn't. because past that, they were really poor. Swansea, they were really poor. And at one point, Lee Trundle, I think, was trying to say it's not Swansea playing bad, it's kind of Leeds playing well, which you kind of had to agree with. But if that was Swansea playing well, I hate to see what Swansea is playing bad, because they were bad last night. Yeah, and basically we hit them on the break for the fourth goal. Crescencio Somerville, who had another absolutely fantastic game, passes the ball to Willy Nonto, who sort of runs in and smashes the ball into the corner for his second. He had a fantastic game last night. Is Willy back? Let me know. Do you think Willy is back and fully fit and firing? Because it looks like he is. I think 3 goals in 4 appearances is it now for Willy. He's really looking good, really looking sharp, really looking like he's enjoying his football again, which is we're only going to benefit from that, the club is. So long may it continue with Chris Somerville, his good friend, of course, providing a goal again and another assist for him. So, he is unbelievable stuff. 15 goals now, 8 assists I believe it is for Cree. But yeah, last night fantastic. We move into second. Like I said, Southampton feeling a little bit of pressure. I think if you look at Russell Martin and his pre and his post match interview after that defeat last night, a little bit jittery, a little bit concerned. Whereas you look at Daniel Farke, I know we're winning games at the moment, but he, under any circumstances, even when we lost those 2 games around Christmas time, he doesn't look fazed by it at all. He just looks calm, cool, collected, enjoying himself even at times with this run of form. It's a fantastic thing. We need to really enjoy it and roll on Saturday against Plymouth, going down to Plymouth again. We've seen not long ago we can win and win well there, so why not again? Let's hope the boys do it again. And then just see where it goes, keep the pressure on and see what happens. But we're into second now. So, yeah, it's in our hands. Although they do have a game in hand, Southampton, so it's by all means not done at all. I'm under no illusion. It's a long and hard season. There's 14 games to go. It'll go right to the wire, but we've just got to keep going. It's, like I said, no goals conceded in the last 4. Goals scoring, 7 in the last 2. It's just looking very, 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 very good. And Leeds United are looking like just a monster, just a machine at the moment. And it's long may it continue. Let me know your star performances in there last night. I think obviously the man of the match has to go to Willy Nonto because he was just fantastic. But so was Joe Rodon, Ethan Ampadu, Chris Somerville with his part in the win. Jorginho, Ruta played well for me as well. Everybody played well, really. It's hard to pick out a standout, but obviously maybe not with Willy and his goal contributions last night. But let me know your thoughts. Any Swansea fans as well, let me know your thoughts on your team. I mean, it's looking a bit bleak for me. Luke Williams just wasn't the right appointment, but you could see where they were going. Did well in League 2 and non-league, but it's a big step up from that division to the Championship, really, isn't it? And it does look like you guys are going to be in for a bit of a struggle come the end of the season. I think you're sitting, 7-8 points above the relegation zone currently. So there's another round of games tonight as of recording. So the gap is closing, and Swansea need to do something really because they don't look good enough from that showing. But we're just like I said, we're a machine at the moment. It's just difficult to come up against Leeds United at this current moment in time. A fantastic win for the lads. Long may this form continue. We're all enjoying it, are we? Thanks a lot. March on together. I'll see you on the next one.